Hi friends, this is Dr. Avinash Deshpande. I welcome you to yet another episode of Vastuyash. This is a part 2 of energy dynamics. Vastu energy dynamics we are discussing how the energy changes in Vastu. See, this is one of the important parameters as I discussed you, because in India we, as you have seen in the last episode, the part 1 of it, that in India we assume or we presume rather that Vastu Purush Mandal is stationary, so the energy doesn't change. But Chinese say nothing in this universe is stationary, rather everything is changing at every minute. So Feng Shui, which is Chinese geomancy, this is originated from Book of Changes, which is called I Ching. Now I am doing last 22 years practicing in this Vastu and Feng Shui, though my engineering career is about 30 years or so. So what I found is this Vastu and Feng Shui are the same sciences, because if any science which is for the human beings and for the houses, then it has to be same. It cannot be different. So friends, please remember that these sciences are same, only some terminologies are different. It's like what I say is, if we take a washing machine from India to US, it doesn't get converted into the microwave or it doesn't become into the fridge. So washing machine remains washing machine. Or I can drive a car, Ford car in India, though it is American car maybe. So in there it may be a right hand drive, so in India I may be using a left hand drive car. That's the only difference, but car remains car. Like that, if the science is for the human beings and for the houses, it has to be the same. So friends, both the sciences are same. As I said in the first episode, Feng Shui has originated from Indian Vastu science, but it is an upgraded version. It's the generation next. What do we say? Like, as our children are smarter than us always, because of like the same way, the science which is updated remains smarter. So Feng Shui is a smarter science. Unfortunately, the Indian science was neglected after the 16th century, so it was not updated. Anyway, in today's episode, we are going to see why this science is updated and what is the base or what is the logic behind this change or the energy dynamics. So if you could understand the change, why it is happening, then we can be on the top of the world. So friends, let us try to understand. Like in India, Vastu Shastra is based on 5 elements, Pancha Mahabhuta what is called. Same way in Chinese, what they believe, that this Feng Shui or FS is based on 5 elemental theory. So today I am going to discuss in part 2 little bit about the 5 elemental theory. If you could master this theory, then half of the life is done, really. And of course the further things is understanding the energy and LO SHU GRID. If you could understand, you can make your life 90-95% perfect. Anyhow, today we will see the 5 elemental theory. I will try to put you forward to you a simplest format of it. So let us see how it works. On the screen you could see now that there are 5 elements in Chinese. What they say, the first element is water. See the downmost left hand side circle, you could see that blue water which is there. So water is the basic source of energy on this universe, and because of water there is about 79 to 80% of water is on the earth, and that is why earth is beautiful, because of the water is being a basic source of energy. It's a natural source of energy. See, all economics, everything is depends on the water. So if government announces that this year the rainfall will be short, then all the economics goes haywire. So all the stock market and everything gets disturbed, because water is nothing but money also in Feng Shui. So water being a basic source of life. See, there is water in our body also. If we have the dehydration problem, then if there was loss of water, then dehydration, so the health can get disturbed. So water is the basic source of life on this earth, and because of the water, wood which gets generated. So the trees or plants, what we say. So water is giving rise to the wood, or what we say in Chinese as water is the mother element for wood. See, wood is a child, water is a mother. So water is creating wood. Now wood is we represent normally with a green color, or in engineering what we can say is the vertical lines, because wood goes straight. So vertical lines are shown by the wood. I am going to discuss how this five elemental theory affects your health and wealth, but that will be in the part 3. Today you have to understand the five elemental theory, you have to master it. Once you master it, once you get this concept of it, then in part 3 you will understand how health and wealth is getting affected, or how we can improve the health and wealth, or when the chances of health and wealth problems can come in our life, and how we can take care of. But that will be in the part 3. Let us understand that basic element is water. Again, water is giving rise to the wood. Wood is the vertical lines, now, or the green color. Now, wood gives birth to the fire. See, what is Feng Shui? Feng means wind and Shui means water. It's the science of wind and water. The cycle which I am discussing with you is the generation cycle or the production cycle, which is the outermost cycle shown in the black color arrows, which I am discussing. This is the same cycle which we learned maybe in the 4th standard. Today we are learning at the age of 40, but in a different aspect altogether. So our motto is like wood is giving rise to the fire. So if the fire takes place in the lot of in Australia and America and not many places, due to the heat, excess heat and wind, all the jungles are getting fired, and so the trees rub on each other because of the wind, which is Feng, and Shui is water, as I said. So in nature, the fire gets created because of the wood. So wood is the mother now, and fire is the child. I am explaining you the mother-child relationship. We discussed that in part 3 in a greater extent again. Okay. So fire we have shown on the top. See, only in Chinese maps the south is shown on the top. Why? Because they say south is a fire, and fire will always remain up. See, you cannot keep the fire down. Always the tips will try to come up. So that is why fire is up over the Chinese maps all over the world, all the western countries, and we follow the north as the top. But that is wrong. Chinese says south is a fire, and fire you cannot just put it down. So all Chinese maps show the south on the top. Like in India we say there are upgoing trains to the north. So they say north going, so upgrading. Actually, because north is Delhi or something in India, but they say no, south is up. So all the maps are shown with south on the top. So south pointing on the top. Okay. So fire is the third element, which is fire, which is a recognition. They say because fire you cannot neglect. See, any small fire is there. Suppose you are coming to my residence and you see that some fire or something is happening at the downstairs. Then you will complain to me, "Arey, look at it, some fire is there, just try to get, you please take care of it," like that. So, but if there may be a water lying on it, on the floor, but you will not complain about it. So fire is something which you cannot neglect. So fire is the recognition as far as Feng Shui is concerned. Okay. So that is why the red color is most important, and whenever we are celebrating, or we say that if the great personality is visiting to the country, then we say it's a green red carpet has been put or something, and even at the time of marriage also we have all those red colors, because we are the basic attraction that time. So red color is for the recognition, immediate recognition is through the red or with the fire. Now the next element is, fourth element is the earth. Earth is the fourth element. But the fire creates earth, and earth is the most stable format. How the earth is represented in numerology or astrology or whatever that mathematics, or what we say is the geomancy, is by the horizontal lines, or what we say is the square. You have to understand what shape is related with every element. Like fire is denoted by the triangle. Why? Because fire tips are going always ups, so it creates the fire sort of. Now earth is the fourth element, which is horizontal lines or the squares, and color may be off-white, cream or orchid color, or the earth color basically light brown, coffee brown. And now earth is the most stable format naturally, as you know. So that is why all these things we know. Vastu also, when we do all this pran pratishtha, what we call, when we say that God has to come and sit on this and we want to pray, so what we do is use the square format. So all this chaurang, what we say, or chaurus, these are all square formats where we put the deity and all. So now after the earth is giving rise to the metal. So earth you have to extract so that you can get a metal. So metal is all silver, golden colors. It is this shape wise, it is shown as maybe the half circle, full circle, and so you have to extract earth. So you have to have a stable mind, then only creativity comes. So metal is creativity, or it is the element which is silver, golden colors. Okay, it is represented by them. And matter in molten stage looks like water. Remember, if you have seen the Mechanism Gold movie, at the end, they have shown this gold melting, and so a lot of gold. So gold looks like molten gold. Molten metal looks like water. So metal is creating water. So what we have seen, the outer cycle, which is called the generation cycle or the production cycle. So water is giving rise to the wood. What is giving rise to the fire? Fire is creating earth. Earth is giving birth to metal, and metal is creating water. So this outer circle or outer cycle, what we have seen, which is called as the generation cycle of the five elements. These five elements are not only generating each other, but if you understand the concept of yin and yang, then you will understand that another cycle also works. See, these elements has to be in a proper proportion. If yin means small, yang means too much, so the excess of the element can disturb. Right amount of element can create these cycles. I am not going to discuss in this episode the Chinese astrology, which is also based on this, but right now we will limit us, but as you to the yin and yang concepts. Yin and yang means day and night, male and female. Without yin and yang concepts, nothing can get completion. So anyway, I am going to discuss a second cycle, which is of the five element, which is a destruction cycle, or a controlling cycle, we can say rather. See, water controls fire. So if there is a fire, we put a water so that the fire gets controlled. So water is controlling. So now I am discussing a star-like cycle, which is seen in the red colored star. If you could see in this picture, then that cycle I am going to discuss with you. Water controls fire. That is why if any fire is there, we put the water. So the water is controlling fire. Fire controls metal. How? See, fire melts metal. See, if you want to make any weapon, if you want to make anything, so you have to heat it. So the metal gets molten. So if you want to get a proper shape to the metal, then you have to heat it. So fire is controlling metal. Why 9/11 or those twin towers collapsed in US? That is just because those are the metallic towers. Had it been like in India, we cannot afford in India the metal. In the American buildings, there is 95% there is a metal. All it is a steel structure, MS structure, and on that the glazing or the glass has been put. In India, 95% of the steel we cannot afford because steel is very costly material, and we are not having that rich economy in India. So in Indian buildings, we have 98% of cement and concrete or bricks. Hardly 2% steel is there. Because of lot of fire, those aeroplanes when they hit, because of the fire, that building just melted down. Had it been Indian building, nothing could have happened. Maybe only one or two stories on the top, it could have got damaged. Because there is no metal in Indian buildings as such. So being a fire, there was a lot of fire or the fuel in the aeroplane, this thing tank, and because of that tremendous heat, those buildings are molten down. And you should read my fifth book, which is on this five elemental theory, or what we can say is the advanced feng shui. So the book is also showing those two buildings burning. The front face of the book is there with that. Anyway, what we do, I am discussing is fire controls metal. Metal controls wood. So the third cycle, what we say, the third road, red arrow, metal is controlling wood. See, you want to cut the wood, we want to cut a tree, then we make a metal cutter. So metal is controlling wood. Wood is controlling earth. How? See, if you want to stop the soil erosion, then we put a lot of plants. So wood is controlling sort of earth. So next, what we are seeing is earth controls water. Means whatever the rain takes place, maybe it is intense rain. Within 1 hour, it is maybe not 10 centimeter, maybe some 50 ml or whatever 5 centimeter rainfall is there. In spite of that, the earth takes care of it. Maybe at a time, a little bit time, you could see the water floating on the earth, but finally it drains out. So earth is absorbing it. So earth is controlling water. So the cycle which I discussed right now with you is this five elemental cycle, which is a star like red color cycle in between, which is destruction or the controlling cycle. This again we are going to discuss in the part 3, because our health is mainly, these five elements are there in our body. Wood is there. What is wood? Wood is the vertical part of the body. Maybe it is the spinal cord, or maybe it is the thigh bone. So who can get the accident of the thigh bone? How your large intestine, which is earth, maybe how you can have the problem of your maybe stomach growth. All things we are going to discuss, but that is in part 3. Right now we are discussing, as I discussed, first part is the production cycle, which is outer cycle, like water giving rise to the wood, wood creates fire, fire creates earth, earth creates metal, metal creates water. And black cycle, outer cycle. Now the inner cycle we discussed, which is the controlling cycle, that water controls fire, fire controls metal, metal controls wood, wood controls earth, and earth is controlling water. Now there is one more cycle, as we said, yin and yang. So, which is a weakening cycle. Sometimes what happens is, like, water is controlling, or water is creating or giving rise to the wood. Yeah, it is true, but too much of the wood, young wood, can disturb the water. So the green cycle which we are seeing now, in between the red and black, that is the green arrows, we have to concentrate on that. So though water is creating wood, excess of wood can suck all the water, so it will weaken the water, or too much of the fire can disturb the wood. So wood is, suppose wood is you, and fire is your creativity. So basic element is wood. I'm not discussing the Chinese numerology or astrology, which is another part. How we can, I'm going to discuss, of course, with you how will be the economics of 2014, how this five element, because this is a horse here, which is wood fire here. So in wood fire here, which industries will grow or make business, whether the car auto industry will again suffer in this coming year, or they will do the better business, because again the industry, maybe you have to understand the industry. See, wood industry is the water wood industry maybe is the printing media, or things like the fire industry is the power industry, or other things. Earth comes, so real estate and other things come in the earth industry. Anyway, in the greater extent or greater expanse, I can discuss that in some other episode. But right now we're discussing that ulta cycle, or what we say the reverse cycle of the production cycle, which is because of the one element is being too much. See, too much of the earth can disturb fire. See, fire is creating the earth. It creates that what we say matti, earth, ash. But too much of the earth. So if you put too much of the earth on the fire, then fire can be destroyed. Or too much of the metal can destroy the earth. So like that. So the green cycle, which we could see inside, which is a weakening cycle. So my friends, please remember that why any incident, good or bad, happens in your life, and is just because of the concentrate on the low SHU grid, the way the energy is changing. As you see, the number from 4 to 5, 5 to 6, the number goes, then from 6 it goes to 7, it goes upward, then from 7 it goes to the right, left hand corner, bottom corner, 8, and from 8 it shoots up to 9, and from 9 it goes to 1 again, and from 1 it goes to 2, and from there it goes to the 3, and like that. Here what numbers, this is what grid I am showing on the left to you, is the original low SHU square or low SHU grid. The sum total of this low SHU grid, whether it is a horizontal line or vertical line or the diagonal, each whatever may be the diagonal, 4, 5, 6 is 15, 9, 5, 1, any vertical line, if you take say 4 plus 3 plus 8, first vertical line, you can see the sum total is 15. Horizontal line total is also 15. 3 plus 5 plus 7 is 15. 8 plus 1 plus 6 is 15. Or even if you say that any diagonal 2 plus 5 plus 8 is 15. 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15. So this is the original grid, but this grid doesn't remain constant. This grid keeps on changing. And here, as we say, as I have shown, south is on the top. So 9 number represents the fire. 2 numbers represent the earth, 7 and 6 are the metal numbers, 1 is the water number, 8 is northeast, or 3 what we say is on the east, which is again a wood number, 4 is also a wood number which is representing southeast. So all the directions and the elements numbers are there. In part 3 we are going to discuss how this. See, there is a typical sequence in which these numbers, or the what we say is the 5, which is a ring, which is the center number, which is Brahmastha, or which is, we say is the good luck center number. So for each year the number differs, the center number, and because of that we could write the other numbers also in the sequence which I have shown you on the top. But because of the change of the elements or change of the elemental this thing, the events are happening good or bad. So that will discuss how the health and wealth and other things or the relations get disturbed or improved or disturbed in part 3 of it. But I hope friends you have understood the basic 5 elemental theory, how the elements are giving rise to the each other, and how they control also to each other, and the basic concept of yin and yang. Kindly see this episode again and again, try to master this episode, so that when we discuss in a part 3, this episode will be easy to you, and you will really appreciate, or you really like, oh, that is the reason why I am getting this here, the health problem. Oh, that is the reason why I can get a spinal cord, or that is why I got a spondylosis problem. Oh, my father got a heart attack on so and so year because of his birth date was so and so, and that energy was so and so, and he was occupying the bedroom or whatever that in that particular zone, and this is why that incident has happened. So you can understand or correlate these things. So friends, see you soon. We'll discuss in part 3 very soon. So kindly subscribe my channel Vastuyash and Anka Sanket. Anka Sanket is the channel which we are running in Marathi, So particularly if you wish to see the things in Marathi, if you are comfortable with it, kindly subscribe that channel ANKASANKET Ank Sanket. Or if you are more happy with Hindi and English channel, then Vastuyash is the channel for you. So see you guys very soon. Thanks.